wonderful week, and I hope your weekend is going wonderful so far. Welcome to the live stream. This will be a quick video. Um, so as the title says, this is going to be the Halloween Ends review. Now, before I continue, just going to say right now, this is a spoiler alert because I will be talking about everything that happened in the movie. So if you do plan on seeing the movie and you haven't seen it yet, please please stop watching this video and go watch it. Um, or if you don't want to watch it and you want to get somebody's personal opinion on it, please, you can do that too. It doesn't matter. It's just like I said, I'm just gonna be giving you guys my personal opinion on how I feel about the movie. So I will give you guys about um, a 5 second pause before I go through. And just letting you guys also know, this is going to be I am going to be playing a NBA 2K20 while I'm going to be talking about the movie. So I do have all the audio off, except I can't really stop the um, alarm or probably the you know anything else. But so, like I said, here's the 5 seconds, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys, that's the 5 seconds. Hi Mitchell. All right. So with that 5 seconds, if you guys are still here, that means you don't care about hearing the spoilers about the movie. Um, so without further ado, we're gonna get the video started. So Halloween Ends, as you guys already know about after seeing all the trailers and hearing everything that Jamie Lee Curtis and the director, everybody else has been saying. This is the last installment that Blumhouse Productions, that is the people who have been directing this movie that I didn't know. The last video I made, I didn't know who was in charge of the movie, who was producing the storyline. Um, but now I do. It was Blumhouse Productions. Now I know it was them, and they are the last one. They made this storyline, and Halloween Ends is the last movie that is going to be a part of that storyline. So, anyways, Halloween Ends is a movie that is picking up after Halloween Kills 4 years after. Um, Laurie Strode has uh, recently made it to where she has made a life um, for her and her granddaughter. She's living in, she has her own house. Her granddaughter is living with her. Um, Granddaughter Allison is working at the hospital. Um, and Lori is, writing a book. She's just getting on with her life, and and life in Haddonfield has just been trying to get better. Um, Even though there's still things going on that, some people are still showing scars and um uh bad history about um you know bad grudges against Lori. Anyways, we caught up. The movie starts out with a babysitter that um event that accidentally kills the kid he is babysitting due to the kid locking him in a closet, and he kicks the door, didn't real not realizing that the kid is behind the door, and the kid drops and he dies from a pretty huge fall, falling to the ground. Then the story is really basing off of that guy on how Haddonfield has basically really been tearing at the kid. Where um yeah, he's pretty much a car mechanic, but everywhere he goes, he's always haunted by that past. And and it is the situation that um he in the end is getting bullied by a bunch of kids, and Lori does eventually see this, and she does do what she does best and sticks up for the um struggling teenager. But but in the end, she also gets teased as well, and they make fun of her with saying that um which one is the freak show and which one is the psycho. Um and uh the guy gets too angry and breaks a glass drink in his hand and cuts his hand up. So in the end, he goes to the hospital, meets Allison, and throughout the story, throughout the movie, they start getting connected with each other. Um, Lori and oh, what's his name? Uh, I can't ever remember that cop's name. Anyways, him, her, and the old cop, is there, having their usual conversations, just, you know, shrugging off the, uh, backlash from Halloween Kills. He's showing that, yeah, he's not really feeling the neck pain that he got from Halloween 2018, and that he's recuperated pretty well. Um Hawkins, there we go. Um Officer Hawkins. Um like I said, he's recovered really well. He's doing and so anyways, continuing, sooner or later in the story, in the movie, the that babysitter the teenager babysitter that I was talking about, he eventually, uh buzzer beater boys, he eventually meets up with Michael by following him into a sewer, and Michael grabs a hold of him by the neck, sorry, and stares at him with a his great um history stare. Um, and something happens. Something um something very, very dangerous happens. The guy doesn't, I mean, Michael surprisingly doesn't kill him, but throughout the movie, the kid is changing. He's being a lot more, he's turning more psychotic. Um he's starting to kill. He he's um becoming evil. He is being that psychotic person. He goes around being insane, evil. He's technically turning into Michael is the best way to describe it. And also throughout the movie, um he his relation he starts growing a more relationship with Allison to the point where they even Allison even had and him eventually even have sex, which, I mean, obviously it's a movie, so you're not going to see it, but you do see them in the room, obviously in the bed together, and you obviously know they did it. um but anyways, it is all and this is the sad part is that this is really doesn't have anything to do with Michael. The real first half of the movie really has to do with this babysitter kid. It um it like the babysitter kid, and yeah, it might have a little bit to do with also er, how people of Haddonfield are recuperated, or how they're acting with the events of Halloween and Halloween Kills, but also on the same side, it's still, it's still not getting to be around um all Michael Myers like we all thought it was going to be. And not to also mention, um they also had the kid also has another encounter with Michael, to where Michael Myers is actually struggling to stay on his own 2 feet. It's actually showing that Michael can't is needing help to kill people now, which is very hard to believe, because if you guys all remember, in all of Halloween 2018, after everything Laurie puts him through and everything, and then going through Halloween Kills, and he never shows that he is anywhere close to being hurt enough to where this man is struggling to stay on his own 2 feet. He's never shown that he is struggling to make a kill for his own. And in this movie, it is really making it to where Michael can't even do a kill on his own. And it also showed that this kid even went, uh, did a, went, um, did a tussle with Michael. Eventually, it even got the upper hand on him and stole his mask, put it on, and started killing and killed a couple teenagers that was bullying him earlier on in the movie. Which, I mean, it ain't a surprise. Ain't a surprise. It ain't the first time somebody stole Michael's mask in these run of movies. We've seen we saw we seen Michael one Doctor uh Satone, Doctor Satone in Halloween 2018. He stole Michael's mask. Um and and do it. And even though Michael did, in Michael's defense, he did get ran over. He did get hit with the car. Um, and you know he really didn't have the ability to get back up that second to really fight back and get his mask. So I mean, in that point, he didn't have a choice um to let his mask get stolen. But this time, um, this time, you know, they had him, they had Michael go, they, go get into a tussle match with a teenage kid that, I honestly believe that, let's be honest, it's a kid going up against a man, a a psychotic killer who can literally grab you by the face, squeeze your head so hard that he can make your eyes pop out of your skull. Not only your eyes pop out of your skull, you can cave in your skull and what else? Cave into your skull and oh man, there's so much that Michael can do just by grabbing your head with just his hands and squeezing. And you're gonna tell me a teenage kid is going to win a tussle match with him and steal his mask? Even if Michael has been brutally beaten in Halloween Kills. All this. And we've seen Michael take a lot of damage. And has still shown that he can still come back and beat the crap out of somebody. Yeah, that didn't make any sense at all. But um, the situation again, like I said, the kid goes, takes Michael's mask, kills a few teenagers, which admittedly he did do. The kid admittedly did do a good few kills. He did some pretty gruesome kills. They were pretty good. Um, but in the end, he went after Lori. It sounded like Lori was going to kill herself after she got into a really brutal argument um with Allison after Lori got tried to tell um Allison's boyfriend, that's the babysitter I was just talking to you about, telling you guys about, um that there's something wrong with him, that she she feels that there's something wrong, that that she feels she feels something wrong. There's some evil with him, and she doesn't want Alice being around him anymore. And the guy says, if he can't have Allison, no one will. And he's like, look, and she's like, look, stay away from my granddaughter. And like I said, her Lori and Allison get into an argument, and he go how are they making these? in the end, after he gets done killing the teenagers, he goes after Lori, after she's making it look as though she is going to put a bullet in her, and she plays him, and instead of killing herself, she shoots the kid in Michael's mask. Like the kid is in Michael's mask, and she shoots him, and uh he falls, and she's over his body. He's still alive, and he's just like, look, dude, I told you I could have helped you. You know, you know, I was I was going to be there for you. Um, and all of this, she basically preaching to him, and again, him just being this evil person already, he's laughing and says what he said to her earlier, and said, if I can have Allison, and he slits his own throat. Um, Allison sees that, she grabs the knife, Lori grabs the knife after that, and Allison comes into the house because, um, she thinks, he might be there, and, then she that's when she finds out she finds Lori with a knife, and Lori can't really explain what's going on, because she's still like, I don't even know what just happened. um so she goes away. Allison storms out the house. Michael comes back. He gets his mask back, and he kills the kid. The kid actually wasn't dead, and Michael finishes the job. And in the end, Michael and Lori have the fight, as you guys would have seen in the trailer. See that final fight in the trailer if you guys watch been seeing the trailers or the previews that always kept showing up every single time. You know, it would be coming up in the coming up on commercials, and it it was a it was actually a really good fight. Um, in the end, Lori beats Michael, pins him down, and unmasks him. And in the end, um, lock makes pins him down with a few knives. Um, but he still uses he still had one hand free, and he was going to stab her. He was actually having a pin, because she had one of those knitting pins that she was going to stab him with, and instead he takes it, and he goes and starts stabbing her, I think in the ear, if I remember, if I saw it correctly. And before it looked like it was going to be the end of Lori, Allison jumps in and helps the end of that. and fully pins him down, and they slit Michael's throat. They also slit his wrist, and then the cops get there, the mayor get there. They tie. They say that Michael isn't fully dead, so everyone decides that the best way to finish Michael uh is to put him on a vehicle, take him to a um take him to the meat grind a vehicle grinder, and put him in there and grind his body, crunched and killed. And that was it. That's how the movie ended. Um so that is how it ended, guys. Um now yeah. So I'm gonna end the video right here, guys. Don't go anywhere. Cause like I said, that is the overview of what the Halloween Ends movie is about was, and now I'm going to make another video of my opinion about the movie. So guys, just state if you guys are going if there's anybody who watched this video, um just wait a couple seconds. There's going to be another video that's going to be live in just a second. Um and it's going to, like I said, it's going to be opinion based about how I feel about the movie. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys um understood how I try to explain what the events happened in the movie. So, like I said, guys, with that being said, peace, love you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.